Tonight, WRAL investigates an officer-involved shooting from 2013. This happened in Fayetteville. Since WRAL obtained this video, we have learned a federal lawsuit has been filed. We invite you to watch, hear both sides, and judge for yourself. A police car dash camera captures a deadly confrontation between a police officer and a driver. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm David Crabtree.
And I'm Deborah Morgan. WRAL obtained the video, which figures to play a key role in a federal lawsuit against the officer and the city of Fayetteville. WRAL investigates. Cullen Browder is here with both sides of the officer-involved shooting. Cullen?
Well, Deborah and David, with so many police shootings around the country gaining national headlines, we wanted to make sure that we put this confrontation in proper context. And we want to warn you, you may find this video disturbing. January 24th, 2013, Fayetteville police officer Aaron Hunt pulls over an SUV. He would later tell his supervisor the driver ran a red light and, quote, something just didn't seem right. For 2 minutes, the officer questions Nijah Hagans. On the video, we only hear the radio playing in the patrol car because Officer Hunt didn't turn on his body microphone. Then,
all right, of those country mecca tickets,
within 5 seconds, Hagans bursts out of the vehicle and Officer Hunt fires 5 times. Hagans is hit 4 times, twice in the back as he runs. The shots are fatal. Hunt then calls for backup. After they arrive, he turns on his microphone and tells his supervisor Hagans had a gun.
I can see the butt of his gun hanging out of his pocket.
He says that led to a tense verbal confrontation.
Dude, what do you have in your pocket? Nothing, man, nothing. And he takes 10 out. I scream at him again, dude, keep your hands on the wheel.
It was at that point the officer says Hagans swung open the door and the traffic stop turned deadly. The Cumberland County District Attorney determined Officer Hunt fired in self-defense. Hagans' family disagrees. They filed this federal civil rights lawsuit calling the shooting an unjustified, wrongful killing. The lawsuit claims Fayetteville police have a history of racial profiling and excessive force. Attorneys cite 8 cases since 2005 in which suspects were either severely injured or killed by officers. The suit includes traffic stop statistics showing African-American drivers were 3 times more likely than whites to be searched by officers following a traffic stop. Hagans was black. Officer Hunt, American Indian.
Law enforcement officers, they have a very tough job. They have to make split-second decisions.
Wellington Scott is a retired Highway Patrol Lieutenant Colonel. His company, International Academy of Public Safety, now trains officers. Scott declined to directly discuss this video or cast any judgment on it. He did agree to talk in general terms about officer-suspect confrontations. Scott says the dynamic totally changes if the officer sees a weapon.
Law enforcement is always at a disadvantage in that type of setting where you're stopping somebody and they're armed and you have no idea what their intent is.
As for a suspect running from an officer, again, he says, a gun matters.
The officer doesn't know if that person is going to run and shoot or if that person is running to gain cover and shoot back.
According to the autopsy, the 2 shots that hit Hagans in the back killed him. According to an SBI investigation, a .38 caliber pistol with 1 round in the chamber and a separate loaded magazine were found under Hagans' body. In the lawsuit, the family says Hagans did not pose a threat, brandish, reach for, hold, or otherwise threaten to use a weapon of any kind. But in the court response, the city paints Hagans as the aggressor and says Officer Hunt rightfully defended himself. Now, because the officer's mic was not on at the first part of that video, we don't know for sure what was said between Officer Hunt and Hagans. The officer told his supervisor the mic was off because he didn't expect to make a traffic stop that night. The lawsuit claims it was deliberate. Now, as for Hagans, he had a lengthy criminal record, including 5+ years in prison for felony, assault with a deadly weapon, and robbery. Investigators also say they found bags of crack cocaine in his sock and 2 black ski masks in that vehicle. It's not likely that Officer Hunt knew any of that before the confrontation. He remains on the force. Now, to watch the full video, read the lawsuit, review the full DA's report for yourself, just go to WRAL.com.